A little while ago, a company reached out to me, Blazevideo, and they offered to send me a trail cam to review. That's what this bad boy is. Now, from all the online stuff that I've read about it, it sounds like a pretty good camera. Now, I've had a number of trail cameras in the past. That's it there. So I'm going to leave this set for a number of days and see what I can capture on it. So straight up, this thing seems solid, like one big hinge on the side there, and it's waterproof. It's got a little gasket in there, a little seal around the whole thing. It's got a little antenna. That's the screw on the top of it there for your Wi-Fi USB cable. So I'm getting the trail cam for free, and I mean, they get a video made about their product. However, if it's rubbish, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell you straight up, because I don't want to keep a piece of rubbish and I'm not going to recommend it to you guys. I've had 4 trail cams now, so this is my 5th. So yeah, I've had a bit of experience with them. Right, mail call. Talking to them, it was just a bit of a mix-up with the whole review thing. I requested the memory card, and yeah, somewhere along the lines wires got crossed, but they very promptly sent me a memory card, so I can actually get this thing up in the bush. Alright, so if I can actually open this memory card up, I'll get started with this whole thing. So yeah, they've sent me a 32 megabyte SD card. I do believe it can take a lot bigger than that, but that's the inside of the unit. They try to keep it as simple as possible, just to you know, when you're out in the bush and you're trying to set it up, it's right on last light, and you don't want to have to try to fiddle with too many options. So on the bottom you've got a USB outlet, which I showed you the cable when I unboxed this, and then beside that there's an SD slot. So I'll put that in. Alright, put it in, and I will turn this on and format it before I go and set it. I'm not using the Wi-Fi function on this thing, but I'm just going to screw this on just to stop any water getting in the top there. Right, take this thing up, find a game trail, and set it up, see what we end up with. Right, I've got a couple of game trails here. There's one that comes down between those big trees, and it forks just up there, just past those trees. And one trail comes up here, splits off again and goes uphill, goes through there, one goes through here. So it's like a intersection of all these game trails. So it's a perfect spot to put this thing. You can see the trail comes down up there and back up through those trees there. I do like the locking system on this for the strap. Now, I've had a couple of other trail cams that have had a similar locking system, but it's just basically push down, you're locked off. If you want to tighten it up more, pull it more and lock it down again, release it, you just let go. So yeah, it's pretty much a standard thing. I'll bring you around so you can see what I'm doing, because it's just me talking really. Alright, so we'll open it up, turn the on button on, you get the welcome sign, you've got video, playback, shutter, but if you just go here to the start, press that, you've got preparing for motion detection, and then it's just a matter of closing the unit up, locking it off, making sure she's squared up a bit, and then go have a coffee, which is what I'm going to do. I had this thing set to both photo and video. So what I noticed was it'd take the photo and then a split second after that it'd start recording the video. So if it's doing that and an animal is moving through it, a person's moving through, then obviously the second frame when the video starts, they're going to be further through the frame. So I just changed it and I put it onto video only mode instead of video photo, and I've just set it up in the bush behind me. Setting this up on a game trail, my very strong recommendation would be to get it 5 or 6 meters at least from the trail, just so if there's an animal just running through, you'll still get it on the frame. I wouldn't worry about the photos, setting the photos on this, unless it's somewhere where the deer are wallowing, or if you've got a feeding station set up and you want to catch photos of the animals that are there, then yeah. But if you're actually getting video of animals on a trail moving through, don't worry about photos, just completely forget that idea at all, and just take screenshots if you really want them. Take screenshots off videos. Right, so they're the negatives. Positives, image quality is really good. I'm impressed with that. Deer had no idea it was there. It's a no glow light, so for a security situation you don't want to have a red light coming on unless you really want people to know there's a camera there. So yeah, for security definitely great, because yeah, you can't see it at all, you can't hear it, you don't even know it's there. I didn't try out the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth kind of thing on it. Yeah, I was going to, but sort of run out of time. So that's an option with it if you're looking for security, or if you want to set up a camera near your camp, or wherever you're hunting. With the memory cards too, this one here, it's just an SD card, like a large SD card, and it goes in really well, like real quick, easy. You just slip it in, boom, done. And that's great if you're taking this out or putting it in at night, or if cold weather or whatever like that. This old one of mine, this thing's a bloody nightmare, because it's a micro SD. It's this tiny little thing here that you've got to try to grab and pull out. I actually got 2 of these cameras. One of them I can't use because the memory card, when I went to put it in, it slipped in inside and I can't get it out. And so to get it, you got to try to line it up to get it back in. Yeah, nightmare. Whereas this one, once again, you just get it open, boom, done. So yeah, I really like that straight away. That was the first thing I looked at and I said, yep, great. So that's a huge plus for me. Big latch, I like that. And the other thing I really like, if you compare these two, I'm not picking on this brand, I don't even know what this brand is. So you see where you got to put a padlock through? You get this narrow little hole here, so you have to use a really tiny little padlock to get through it. Whereas this one, you get this real huge hole. You can put a master padlock through that, no worries. I didn't bring it up with me, but I've got a cable lock. This thing, it's like, where do you put a cable lock? It's nowhere. The only place you can put a cable lock is through that little hole. Whereas this thing, you've got this nice big hole right through the top here, runs right through, so you can put that cable on. It doesn't interfere with anything, so it's not interfering with this, it's not interfering with you opening and closing this. Whereas with this one, you put that cable lock through that hole, and then you can't open it. So yeah, so another big plus is that they've really thought that out, so where that cable goes through to lock it to a tree, so if you are in public land, or if you're using it on a as a security camera, you don't want someone stealing it. It's great for that. Padlock, great. If you're after a high-end trail cam, then I'd say no to this. And when I'm saying high-end, I'm talking high-end cost. I'd prefer to get 2 or 3 cameras that are good and be able to set up them in multiple places, rather than blow all my money on just one camera. And also, if you're setting it in a public place, like if you're going out in public land hunting or something like that, I prefer a trail cam that's a budget price rather than a high-end price. Now when I say budget, it's still good quality from what I've seen from it. Are there better cameras out there? Absolutely. There's great cameras out there on the market that, yeah, come with a great price. If you'd rather spend your money elsewhere and just get a camera that does the job that you need it to do. Yeah, you're not going to be shooting cinematic video with this thing. You just want it clear enough that you can see what's moving around in front of it. And like I've said, there are those issues with it activating at close range. As long as you're able to put the camera 5 or 6 meters or more from the trail or from what you want to film, then it's not an issue with something moving past its speed. If it's just an animal that's not disturbed and it's just wandering through, then you're going to get it on the camera even at closer range. But run you through the stats. I've got the book here. Instead of me just sitting here reading the book, I'll show you the camera while I'm reading it. As I said, it's a Wi-Fi trail cam. Shoots still photos up to 32 megapixels, and it shoots video at 1296p and 20 frames per second, or at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So it takes 8 AAA batteries, which is pretty much standard. It's got 36 high performance infrared no glow LEDs. Flash range at night is up to 100 feet. The viewing range is 70 degrees. Takes up to 512 gigabyte memory card. Alright, well, it always seems to be getting dark now that I'm doing these videos. But that's the Blazevideo trail cam. If you're interested in it, I'll put links in the video description for that. Do I think it's good value? Yeah, I think so. If you can get that distance right, so you're far enough away from the trail, I think it's a decent camera. Anyway, no more talk. Till next time, guys. Thanks for watching, and catch you around. That didn't work. This is where you need an assistant. Try that again without getting smacked in the head.